the end of the semester with the last group meeting, we always did something special. But this time was a little different. Instead of going indoor climbing, our scout leaders decided to go canoeing. I was really excited about it because I'd never canoed before. As always with every trip, we should have to be an hour earlier as we were riding our bikes to the destination. I noticed something. It was a creepy-looking old man staring at us, with an almost psychopathic-like grin on his face. His clothes looked old and dirty. But I shook it off, thinking that even if the guy was some kind of creep, it still wouldn't matter because we were with a group. As we arrived at our destination, the guy from the canoe company told us how to row and that we had to choose our buddy to canoe with. I chose my friend Noah that we've been friends since elementary. We got to go first, and it was sort of a race, so we were happy to go first. But within 10 minutes, we got passed by my little brother and his friend. It went pretty normal after that. We saw this guy in the middle of the stream in a boat, just fishing and sipping a beer. 10 minutes after, I saw the same guy I saw on the way here. He was just standing on the ground next to the stream with that same awful grin on his face. I thought of it as being a cliche, as this always happens in the movies. Noah also said, it's probably just a coincidence. He said this place is a popular camping place, especially at this time of the year. To be honest, he wasn't that scary that time. He might just be an old crazy man trying to scare some of the kids. So I just canoed on, and half an hour later, we were at the end. I got wet, so I grabbed a towel, and we went back to the meeting place. After that, I was going home alone, riding my bike. And I saw that same old guy in a car with another man who was sitting back seat. And they started slowing down. And the man asked me, "Hey kid, looks like you need a ride." The man behind the wheel said nothing, and I tried to say it as polite as possible. "Oh, no, thanks. I'm almost home anyway." As I looked at the man again, and I noticed fury and madness in his eyes, which I didn't know why. I just got scared, so I pedaled my bike out of fear of being kidnapped. But the car started chasing me, and they blocked the road. It was around 9 p.m. in a suburban neighborhood. Nobody was out on the street. As that guy opened the door, he jumped out and pushed me aside from my bike. I saw him with a gun in his hand. Then he finally knocked me out unconscious. I don't remember how many hours passed. However, I could hear the sirens dimly. 2 police officers saw this car was speeding, so they were chasing him. I also heard gunshots, which made me so scared. And then they shouted, "Shots fired! Shots fired!" 2 minutes later, the gunshots stopped, and the trunk where I was opened. It was a police officer. He took me out and told me, "It's safe now. Don't worry." Later, an ambulance arrived soon, so I could go to the hospital and met my parents there. Now 6 months passed, but I still think about what if the police officers didn't